Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. You listen to Sarah the Koala here. You'll also find me on Twitch under Sarah the Koala. I stream there every Wednesday and Friday from 7 PM UK time. This video is going to be a part series, so feel free to give me your comments, like and subscribe because there'll be more coming, and if you've got any questions or you want me to make more videos about certain aspects, let me know. I've come to realise that Dead by Daylight isn't easy to play. What I mean by that is I am a diehard PlayStation fan, and I've recently purchased a PC and I've discovered not only is it hard to play on the PC, but it's also really fucking hard when you're a rank 20. So this is more about a learning curve and all the do's and don'ts, what buttons to press, what are skulls, what the fuck is a skill check. We're going to go through all of that on these sets of videos for Dead by Daylight. Granted, the don'ts are kind of funny. I'm going to show you how not to be a survivor, how not to be a killer, and because I'm going to be doing this all on live streams, I'm going to get some flack, I'm sure. So hey, let the insults roll. So Dead by Daylight, also known as DBD, WTF, okay? It's an online multiplayer game where there's usually 4 survivors, 1 killer, and you're on this big ass map, and you've got to clean, as a survivor, you've got to clear at least 5 generators to then activate 2 of the exit gates, try and open up the exit gates and escape altogether. It's a lot of teamwork, and you'll find out, or if you haven't already, you'll find out soon, not every survivor wants to do teamwork. They'd rather hide in a locker or in a corner of the map. Don't do that, please. So anyway, you've got to try and escape. And whilst you're trying to do all of this, there's a killer on the loose and he's trying to find you, or she is trying to kill you, or it is trying to find you. If they find you, they're going to try and knock you down. Usually it's 2 hits to get you down, or if they've got iridescent hatchets, they're going to get you hitting down in 1, or if it's a chainsaw, they can get you in a 1 hit down, is what we call it. And that's when the rage builds up. So when the killer gets you, they tend to hook you, which is picking you up, chuck you on a meat hook, like the piece of meat that you are. So there's a bit about both of them. Now we will be going through in other parts of this about what the frick is a totem, why do they glow, what's the exit gate, what the hell is a hatch, all them kind of things. But today's video is mainly about when you first loaded up that game for the first time, what the hell you're looking at. Because side note, when I first started playing Dead by Daylight, I didn't know you could change characters. No one told me that. So I started off as a Meg, and since then I've learned to love the Megatron. So that's me and my story. So I want to make sure that you guys out there don't have that same problem. So with all of that put in and the long ass intro, let's get to it. Okay, so when you first log in, you're going to get a screen a bit like this whilst it's all still just loading up. So we're going to go ahead and press space, or if you're going to cheat like me on the PC, you can actually make it control compatible if you're using it through Steam. So here, when you first come into the game, you've got help and tutorials, and it may also force you, depending on what platform, it might actually force you to go ahead and do the tutorial before you can do anything else. So by clicking into here, you can choose how to play, by a survivor or by a killer, and you can run through that. You're a Dwight in it, but you know, they have to start you off easy. So it also gives you some other ideas here about if you want to just go through the game menu instead of playing it, you can read through it as well. Customer support, forums as well, really great place to go have a look for some information. Privacy policy, all that kind of info is here. Archives, so if you've completed challenges, if you've opened up rifts, all that kind of stuff, you can access it at any point by going into your archives here. And so we can see, because this is a brand new account for me, I'm still very, very small. So my next challenge, or the challenge that I'm working on at the moment, is drop 10 pallets whilst being chased by a killer. Play as a survivor. If you want to play as a survivor, you go through that way. Play as a killer, that way. Custom game. Now the game does have an ability, especially if you're starting out, grab a few friends or go on Facebook and find the Dead by Daylight communities that you can find on there, and try and get a bunch of you new people to go into a custom game. One of you plays as a killer, the rest of you are survivors, and you can go around and you can pick the maps that you like as well. And you can go through and just do custom matches so it doesn't de-rank you or de-pip you. And you can just go and have a laugh. Me and my friends tend to play hide and seek a lot in there, especially when the new killers come out. And we can go into there and we just take the piss out of the killer. Store. So with the store, when we first link into here, is you've got some information or some of the sales info it's going to show on the first screen, as well as the brand new cosmetics. Or if there are any cosmetics on sale, they tend to show up here first. Now, if you're following Dead by Daylight on Facebook or Twitter or anything like that, every now and then they'll give you a bit of an Easter egg, or they'll give you a bit of a discount code so you can get extra blood points or different cosmetics. And to redeem it, you would come into here. So you go into the store, press redeem code, input your code, and then kabam, you got it. Just make sure they are case sensitive, so make sure you got them down properly. Then you've got characters. Here's a list of all your characters. So the first ones that aren't greyed out or don't have that little fuzz in front of them, if that's a technical term. These are all the ones that you already have, and it tells you out of the cosmetics that you can purchase for them, or costumes or sets like that, what you currently have available for them. So you can see here again, it's a new account. So I've got a default of 7 different survivors that I have. Then below that you've got all the other survivors that you can purchase. And on the right hand side you've got the killers. So as default you've got a few killers here that you can play. Nurse is going to be your hardest one, but we'll go through that. And then you've got all the other killers that you can purchase. If at any point it says new next to it, it just means that there's a new cosmetic that you can purchase for them. Auric cells. Auric cells are used within the game. You actually pay physical money for them to get auric cells, and then you can use them to buy certain things in the game. If you want a different killer, if you want a specific cosmetic. Shrine of Secrets. I believe this changes every 7 to 5 days, and they put in there just random perks. Usually it's 2 killer ones, 2 survivor ones that you can purchase. So if I hover over one here, Built to Last for instance, it's telling me it's a Felix Richer perk. Now, we will go into this later as well. Every survivor has their own unique perks, and you can open them up and you can share them between all the other survivors once they're a certain level. So in here I can see that there's a Rich Felix one here, there's a Blight perk, there's a Deathslinger perk, and there's the Dwight Fairfield perk. Now, I like to open these up whenever I can, especially for Felix's or purchasable characters, because then I don't have to buy them, because eventually all the perks are going to be flying through here. Now, a few months ago, they actually released a really bad one for killers, which is barbecue and chili, which you can purchase via buying Bubba. And the barbecue and chili basically means if you're X amount away from the person that's getting hooked, they see your aura, and almost every killer now runs that. Don't come for me, killers, I got you. It's fine. So that's the store. Always come into here every week just to see what's going on. Then you've got other things here, daily rituals. So these reset, well they don't reset, as long as you've created one or you've completed one, every day you can get a new one. So here I've got get chased by the killer as Jake, open a gate as Bill, and rescue 3 survivors from Claudette. Now if I'm never going to do one of these, I can go ahead and click on the trash bin and it will refresh it, but it only allows me to do that once. You now see that I don't have that bin icon anymore. And once I've done these, I can look back into my rituals and click on it, and now I can get the blood points. So it's saying here, if I do this one, get chased as Jake Park, I can get 30,000 blood points. My friends, if I want to see my friends online, if I want to invite them, if I want to add some friends, I can click onto that. Options, really important this one, especially is when you become more adept at playing this game. In options, this is something I only found out about a month or 2 ago, again from a different YouTube channel. It's down here, what I started to learn is that you can update via the killer or survivor your controller sensitivity, and you can see I put mine high. When you start to become a bit more of a pro with Dead by Daylight, you're going to want to do what we call 360 or looping, and in order to do that, really helpful if you update your sensitivity here, especially for your mouse or for your controller. Makes it a lot more fluent for you. It is harder to play around with, so I do recommend that you go up, say, every 5% until you get to that sweet spot that you're happy with. Mine is 90%, and you'll see that when I flick around or when I pan the camera, it's very quick, but it works easier for me. And then a good one down here as well is crossplay. They've enabled crossplay earlier on this year in 2020 for Dead by Daylight after a huge battle and a lot of noise. And so you can now play other platforms. So, you know, your Xboxes can come in, your PlayStations can come in, your PCs all in one. PCs have a bit of an advantage. As PlayStation players always say, again, don't come at me, I'm going to make a lot of enemies. But you can choose to come into the settings and turn that off. And just remember to turn it back on when you want to. If you get into a party and you've disabled crossplay, nobody else in your party will, even if they have it ticked, it comes as the default of somebody's turned crossplay off. So just bear that in mind. So let's go in and have a quick look at Survivor for a sec. Now when you first come in as a Survivor, you'll get to see yourself. You've got some icons at the top here, so let's go through it. The first one's Auric Cells. Again, I was mentioning about the store. You can purchase these and use them for cosmetics or certain characters if you want to buy a new killer or survivor. you can save up your auric cells because you can get them through the rift anyway. Iridescent shards. These ones you get from time to time by doing this bit here, this little hexagon called the devotion. So it does tell you how good, or if you've been playing for quite some time, this starts to level up. So you can see here I'm level 12. And it's telling me about my XP. So I've got 870 XP out of 2100 at the moment. And when I level up, my next set is going to be 1230 XP. And depending on the higher level you get, the more iridescent shards you get. And iridescent shards can also be used to buy or purchase specific survivors and or killers, as well as different cosmetics. Not all survivors use iridescent shards. Some of the newer ones you'll have to use auric cells. Blood points. Love a blood point. You earn blood points every match. Every match. Regardless of how good or bad you did, you will earn some form of blood point for just showing up and staying there. So blood points are, they get capped, as it says there, to 1 million. And these ones can be used in your blood web, which is basically a little mini purchasing place where you can go ahead and you can purchase your perks, toolboxes, med packs, offerings, all these kinds of things that we'll be going through in a sec. As I mentioned, you've got your devotion. Then you've got your survivor rank. Ranks reset in this game on the 13th of every month. So what that means is it looks at your current level and it pushes you into the next colour. There are a few different colours. You've got yellow, green, purple and red ranks. Red ranks are between 1 and 4 and so on and so forth. And so if I was say a rank 1 and it got to rank reset, it might only tip me up to a maximum of 4 because I'm still in my red ranks. However, if I'm rank 5 and it resets on the 13th, I then go up to rank 9, so I go up a few each time. Here it's telling me my username, which is Sarah the Koala. Feel free to add me, I don't give a shit. Level 44 at the moment, which is focusing on my blood web level, or my actual character level, which is Meg. I've got my left and right here. If I want to start sifting through all my other survivors here, I can click on these, or I can press in my little left trigger, and it starts to show me my other characters. So I can see here, Dwight, he's a level 3. Click again, I'm back to Meg. Click again, I'm on Claudette. And then just underneath here, you've got this character info. So if you're curious about the survivor that you're playing, you can click onto this here. Gives you their backstory, which I think is kind of neat. And then it tells you about perks. So these perks are teachable ones. Every survivor has their 3 unique perks. So Claudette's here, she's got empathy, she's got botany knowledge, and she has self-care. And they've got little padlocks on them at the moment. That indicates that although she has them, you can't give them to anybody else yet. You need to hit specific levels. So let's go over one. So right trigger. So you've got Jake. Jake's got Iron Will, he's got Calm Spirit, and he's got Saboteur. He's also an intermediate. So although all the survivors do run the same, it's, they've got the loudness. Some of them are louder than others, some of them are harder to play. All depends on how you want to play it. Now if I go over back to my Meg and I look at her character info, I've got Quick and Quiet, I've got Sprint Burst, and I've got Adrenaline. But because she's such a high level, she's 44 now, I've now got this little tick next to them where them padlocks were before. And that's indicating to me that now these 3 perks will show up on any other survivor's blood web, so other people can purchase them. And what you really want to do to start off with is you want to get everybody's perks ticked, because then you can interchange them. So if you really want to play Meg, or you get a challenge that you have to play a Dwight, which you're gonna, if you put them all on them as soon as you can, the sooner the better. So on the left here, you've got survivors. So over here, I can see very much like when we was in the store, I can see my survivors and what level they are straight away. If I wanted to, say I don't have this one, I can click on her, takes me back to the store, and it tells me here how much it would be to buy her with auric cells or with iridescent shards. Loadout. So in the loadout, if you purchase anything from the blood web, you can add what we call add-ons here, or items and their add-ons. So if I click onto this main one here, it's listing to me all the items I can currently give or equip my Meg with. So I can give her a toolbox, a flashlight for example. So if I select the toolbox, I can now click onto add-ons, and it tells me all the add-ons I have for a toolbox. So I could have a brand new part for example. You don't have to have both of them, and some of them do stack, so you can get some good perks with them. If I now change that to say the flashlight, I've now got a completely different perk depending on what I've bought from the Blood Web. Offerings, these are little advances that you can get, or you can add them in to, say, give you more or less fog, that you start far away from the killer, you all start together, you get more chests, you want the map, you get bonus blood points, for example. All these other offerings as a survivor are listed here, and again, these are ones that I've purchased through the Blood Web. My perks. Now, perks when you start going through the Blood Web are going to be listed. First of all, they're going to show up as yellow, and then they're green, and then they're purple. So although you can get the perks, you then have to level up the perks. So you can see here I've got a purple with 3 dashes to let me know that I've got the top tier one. It's never going to be any better than this one. So adrenaline's really good. If you're injured and all the generators pop, instantly you get back a health state, and then you can run faster and you can open up gates a little bit quicker. I like that one. Kindred, when you're hooked, somebody else is hooked, you can see the aura of the killer. So if somebody else has been hooked, I can see exactly where the killer is and what way he's coming. So that helps me determine if he's got barbecue and chili, because if he hooks someone, looks around, and they makes a beeline for a survivor, tells me he knows where they are. Quick and quiet activates every 20 seconds when you're on purple here, and so that means I can vault or I can jump into a locker and it doesn't alert the killer. Resilience, if I'm hurt, like it says here, I get an extra 9% of something. If I want to heal, sabotage, open an exit gate, gives me an extra 9% bonus buff. And we'll go through all of these again one day, but not today. Blood Web. Now, Blood Webs, if I go on to, say, someone I haven't used before, I go on to David. He's a level 1, I've never touched him on here. It tries to give me a bit of information here, but if you don't want to read it, feel free. If you do want to read it, pause it, because I'm going to move on. If I now come into the Blood Web, it starts off nice and small, but can you see straight away, because I had ticked and I had leveled up my Meg so much, it says here, Uncommon Meg Thomas perk. I've opened that and he can access it now, so that's why it's really important. I can come into here, where the red dot is, and I can come and I can spend, if I had any, blood points over here. If I don't have them, you can hear that noise, and it's trying to take my blood points from here, just not working. But I can come into here and I can start leveling them up, and so you can see there's a Meg pack. That's a perk. These are little add-ons for that. So no offerings in the first Blood Web. And then you've got Customize. Now, if I have bought any additional avatars, or I've bought any costumes for this person, they show up in here. So I can see here's David's face, and I can give him a beard and a little slit on his eye. If I come to here, I can change his shirt, for example, change his jeans, whatever you like, and so now he looks completely different. If you have bought sets of outfits that can't be interchanged, you will click on the outfit and it lists them to you here. You've also got charms, so if you're going through the rift, or if you're going through certain other areas, you can go ahead and see what charms you have. You can also go to the store here as well, which we've already gone through, so you can go through that, buy your excels, buy customs, anything like that. And then you've got the invite a friend. So here it tells me my offlines, my onlines, who's in game, any outstanding requests, and I can add a friend here at that point too. Here on the right hand side, when I looked at their little eye, just hovering over it, it's telling me about the rift. So rifts are, you can either play them for free and get small little items whenever you hit specific levels, or you can purchase the rift, and every time you hit a certain tier, you go through them tiers, you start to get better and better perks, or icons, customs, charms, or you can actually earn or excels. And that's the current challenge I have set at the moment. If you're on the PC, you do get a chat here as well, so you can chat to other people and you can chat to all the other strangers as well that join your group. You have options again, so if we're looking at this and we wanted to turn on, crossplay, we can view it here, but you can't turn it on and off here, you have to go back to the lobby. My daily rituals, just by pressing on the left icon on my PlayStation controller, I can see here all of my daily rituals. And once I'm ready and I'm happy, I've explored all of this and I'm ready to get my arse handed to me, press I'm ready. So on the right hand side there, you can see that it's saying that it's waiting for a match or looking for a match, and it will start to take me into a game. So that's part 1. I just wanted to do just a quick little intro so you can see what the heck you're looking at when you first log in, and I hope that made some sense. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, you go ahead and you email me, or you drop me a comment below and I'll get in touch. Alternatively, come over to my Twitch channel and we can have a chat about that there, okay? So thanks so much for watching my video. I'm sorry if it was a bit long and a bit wordy, but yeah, it's been a pleasure. So join me again and I'll do another video. And so there you have it. I hope you found this part 1 tutorial helpful. Any questions, queries, comments, just remember to like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you all on my Twitch soon. Have a great day everyone. Bye.